This is KUGAN CASSIUS for Rifle TV in association with McGUIGAN Marbella. We're at the post-fight press conference here for FRAMPTON QUIGG. With me, I've got very jubilant Barry McGuigan.
I am jubilant, yeah.
Best night of your managerial
I would say
career?
definitely as a manager, it's the best night so far. No question about that. Best night for my family. Shane is the coach. The boys co-promoting with Eddie. And let's be honest, Matchroom done most of the promoting, but we had a job to do, and we'd work to get done. But hats off to them. They're a very professional, thorough organisation. He done an amazing job at selling the fight. I didn't take umbrage to any of the things he said because I know what he was doing. He's an incredible salesman, and Scott fought tremendously bravely, and he tried his best, but I just knew Frampton would be too good for him. Is it a fight that we'd have a rematch in? I don't think so. I think the fight that attracts us, and he still has to fight today, is Santa Cruz against Kiko. He's boxing Kiko Martinez, so it'll be interesting to see how he does against Kiko. Bearing in mind that Scott got rid of him in 2 rounds. I don't think that's going to happen. It might go the distance, certainly into the later stages of the fight, but Santa Cruz is a fight we want. He's up at 126 pounds. Carl, as I said before, and they all thought he was struggling to make the weight. He's a natural 122 pounder. He blows up obviously between fights like most fighters, but he's comfortable at the weight. He done the weight better. He was on the weight 4 weeks out. The weight that he's going to be fighting in the ring at obviously is not 122 pounds, but he was on the weight we wanted him to be when he was going into the ring 1 month away. So he was motivated. There was a lot of bragging rights at stake. Very perplexed about the judging. I heard that Carl Froch had it a draw. I'm just absolutely dumbfounded by that. Jim Watt had it a draw. Jim, come on, mate, what is going on? Frampton won the fight. The worst case scenario, 8-4. More than likely, sort of 7-5.
I think it's fair to say it wasn't the classic fight that we perhaps anticipated it would be, but from the fighter's perspective, it was get the win, and that's what Carl did.
I wasn't interested in Carl Frampton going out and having a war with Scott Quigg. That's not how you win fights. That's how you end up with brain damage and a short career. You use your skills and you box and you win the rounds. Don't get involved. Scott Quigg is a very hard puncher. He's a very aggressive guy.
Yeah, fine.
You could certainly take that down. So we knew that it was going to be a game of cat and mouse. But we knew Carl is more skilled than Quigg. Quigg he tends to be a little one-dimensional. He can punch hard. He's aggressive, big for the weight, hits well to the body, hits well to the head. But he's easy to offset, and we knew that. And so, the game plan was very well executed. And it was a very good game plan, so Shane is getting better at his job. He's only a kid, only 27, got work to do, and he's got some amazing fighters under him now, but none better than Carl Frampton. Frampton will always be pretty special to us, and as we go on as an organisation, and we're in the business of developing talent, and promoting, and there's no doubt about it. Eddie is kingpin at the promoting so far, but he's the luxury of having a great deal with Sky, and they've been in the business a long time. So we're a fledgling organisation. They're developing and getting better, but we are particularly good at spotting talent and developing the talent. And that's what we want to do. That's what I want to do for the rest of my days. If God spares me another 30 years, I'd love to still be doing it. But he's going into the role as a coach and getting better all the time.
Possibly moving forward now for Carl, he's got his 2 mandatories that are due with the IBF and WBA with Regan Dow and Shingo Wake. Yeah. And there's the option of also him moving up a weight, potential fight with Santa Cruz. Yeah. What do you believe that he will do?
Well, I mean, there are 2 potential major fights. There's one against Nonita Donaire, who's a WBO champion. There is you know, I don't believe that Santa Cruz is a fully fledged featherweight. He went up to avoid the blistering super bantamweight who were underneath him, and so he done that. So he went up and won the featherweight title, but he weighed 125 against Kiko. Kiko weighed 125 and a half. So I know he was a former bantamweight champion. He's a volume puncher. He's a very good fighter. He attacks you non-stop. His style contrasting with Carl's style, it would be an incredible fight. And MSG would be wonderful. Donaire is a great fight. He's maybe just starting to show the signs of wear and tear. But again, another super fight. Then there's Lee Selby. Selby's a great fighter, 126. I don't know how much longer he's going to be at that. So there is really great fight. Gary Russell, Lomachenko, Nicholas Walters, who's fighting Lomachenko, but it's probably going to be at 128, possibly 130. Yeah. So I think his days at featherweight are gone. Well, I see Frampton sparring lightweights and light welterweights in the gym, and all the coaches around London know. All the good coaches know how good Frampton is and know what he does with big, strong guys that are much bigger. So he can grow into the weight division. Sorry. Okay. All right. Sorry. I just want to carry on. Yeah. Okay. So I know that he can go up at least one division, possibly two. And that just seems to be. I mean, it was too one-sided against Hogan. And I know that some of the judging was pretty bizarre. But it really doesn't. It doesn't interest us. It doesn't excite us, and I'm not sure that it would excite. I'm not sure it would excite Sky either. I think we've got to get out of here. It's getting louder and louder.
Just before I go, would you like to know Prince Nassim Hamid's view on the fight?
What did he say?
He said he thought Carl won every round.
Yeah, well,
that's what he said.
Yeah, I thought Carl won the majority of the rounds. I wouldn't say he won every round, but Naz is. Who could ever question Naz? He's a super fighter, super good, super guy. I've got so much respect for him. Delighted to have him ringside tonight, and I know he wants to go to more fights, and I hope that will be the case. We need heroes like that to get back into the sport.
Just finally, Barry, obviously, can you see yourselves working alongside Eddie Hearn naturally again?
Yeah. I mean, Eddie's a terrific guy, and he's very good at what he does. I'll never be the businessman that Eddie Hearn is, and I don't know that many people would. I'll never be the businessman that Barry Hearn is. You know, those are two incredible guys. So I'm not blowing hot air. I just know they are, and I don't see why we can't work. Future again, sugar. It's getting loud. So I don't see why we can't work again in the future, without a doubt. And if he wants to work with me, I want to work with him, and we can make money, and we can make these kids money. We can make good shows and develop talent. Sure, not a problem.
All right, Barry McGUIGAN, listen, congratulations tonight, and thank you very much to IFL TV.
Thank you, KUGAN.
Yeah. And we apologise for the background sound.
It adds a bit of atmosphere.
Blame him. Thank you, Barry.